The nightmare that can be the maple leaf skewb. Last two leaves. This is going to be a horrible video, and I apologize. I don't have a stand or anything for my phone, so deal with it. I'm going to do it in kind of steps so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to have to put the phone down to make moves and kind of show you a step-by-step thing as it goes. So what you need to do, obviously, is you're trying to swap this red piece with this green piece. Now, in this case, this piece cannot move to this top layer. It needs to be in this top portion in order for it to be swapped with this red piece. So there's no way, no easy way at least, that I've found of rotating a full skewb center by 90 degrees. I can rotate it 180 degrees, but it doesn't do any real good for me. So this isn't a parity, this isn't a problem. It's just because when you're scrambling, you're taking these leaves out from various places and putting them elsewhere, they can get swapped with random pieces. So what you need to do is you need to take this whole section and replace it with this blue section over here. That's going to make it so that this green piece will be in a spot that'll be up here. And because of the way the algorithm works, it's not going to affect the blue that you've swapped any. You'll just be able to replace that, put it back, and it'll be fixed. So first things first, I'm going to replace this bottom blue section with this red and green that I have here. So pardon me while I do that. I imagine you have some Skewb and cube knowledge and you can see what I just did and how I was able to do that. The next move is to move this red and green back over to this face, so this whole blue face to this red face, but with this green rather, pointing up, so it's pointing towards the red that it needs to fix. That's also pretty easy. If you can solve up to this point, I imagine you have a way of doing this. The best way that I can kind of tell you to do it is you want to move this face to the bottom and then move it back up with the opposite move. So I can kind of show you that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it back one, so it's now on the bottom, but then I'm going to move it up to the front with that move. So again, it's hard to see, but I apologize. So now this piece and this piece can be swapped. However, in doing so, I need to make sure that I keep this red as solved as possible or completely solved. So think to yourself, well, how do I do that? Well, what you need to do is when you do this move, you're going to fix this green by bringing it up, swapping these two, and then you're going to bring it out. When you take it out, you need to make sure that whatever you bring back in is red, so that when you replace it with this piece, which is what you've taken out by doing the swap with the green, it doesn't affect what you've done. So, as you can see, you've got this whole side over here that has a bunch of red on it. You want to put that red face over here. Again, using just regular Skewb moves, however you feel comfortable. The only thing is, and I'll show you when I get there, and again, I assume that if you've gotten to this point, you have some knowledge of this. So, first step there, that setup move. Next step, you need to get this red to its opposite face. So, pardon me again while I do that. So, as you can see, I've done that. So now, what I have here is this green is going to get swapped with this red. I'm going to bring this whole red section up to here and take this green section that I'll have completed out. When I take that out, I'll be able to bring this section back, which will have a spare red just hanging out in there. and then replace it with this. So it's kind of a multi-step thing. I'm going to do my best here to hold my phone with my face, so there won't be much talking here. It's just going to kind of be me doing this slowly and showing you how I do these steps. I apologize if this is just completely awful, so bear with me. If it's really, really bad, I'll redo this section of the video. Hopefully that didn't suck too terrible, but as you can see, I just did that normal swap that I do, but I used the same colors. So I used this, which was green, I swapped to up here, then I took this whole section out and replaced it with this red section, so that when I brought this back, which had that spare red piece in it, it replaced with a red piece, so it didn't affect anything, didn't change anything. And then just undid what I did, and it fixed that little edge. Now all I have to do is undo that first setup move that I did, which replaced this red and this blue, and that's very easy. Do that. Do that. There we go. And now everything is reduced, and it's just solve it like a Skewb time. Hopefully this helped a little bit. Again, I wish I had better video making things for doing a tutorial like this.